Hello there and welcome to another topic of module 3. We will be understanding different types of instruction formats. We will be seeing the three main different types of instruction formats and how they can be written using different organizations. So a computer usually has a variety of instruction code formats. It is the function of the control unit in the CPU to interpret each instruction code. Okay, this provides the control functions needed for the processing of the instruction. So for the execution, the CPU is the one that interprets each instruction, and hence we get the control functions accordingly. Computers may have different instructions of different lengths containing different addresses and so on. So it's totally upon the designer on how the instruction is supposed to be designed. The number of address fields in the instruction format of the computer depends upon the internal organization of its registers. So based on how the registers are arranged, that's how the instruction format will be. Most computers fall into one of the three types of CPU organizations. So the single accumulator organization, the general register, and the stack organization. Looking at the single accumulator, we can see that all operations are performed using an implied accumulator register. So whatever instruction we are performing, we use the accumulator register over there. So if we are adding x, so we take the x operand from the memory location and add it to accumulator, and then we update the value in the accumulator. The instruction format in this type uses only one address field because we are using the same accumulator over and over again. The second type of organization is the general register. This format needs three register address fields because we'll be using three different registers. So if we're adding R1, R2, R3, so this will be represented as the sum of R2 and R3 stored in R1. These are three different registers being used. Again, adding R1 and R2 has R1 plus R2 stored in R1. Again, we have move R1 and R2, and we have add R1 and X. So there are different addresses that are used, like 2 or 3 addresses. Thus such addresses require 3 register fields. We finally have the stack organization. In stack organization, the computer will with stack would have only push and pop instructions, and these will require an address field for push. The instruction will push the word at X to the top of the stack, which will also update the stack pointer automatically. The operation type instructions do not need an address uh, because in stack organized computers we are using an operation, we are using an instruction. This does not require an address field. This is because the operation is performed on the two items that are on the top of the stack, so there is no need for an address. It refers to the top of the stack, and there's no need to specify the operand since it is implied in a stack that it is always the top of the stack. Example is that the add operation has the effect of the popping of two top numbers and then adding both of them and pushing the sum onto the stack. This is known. So whenever we mention a stack, you will not be looking for an address because you know the top of the stack is from where you're going to pop, since you cannot pop from between a stack. The three address instruction. So this is an example of the second type of organization where we use three different addresses, and the function x, the instruction x is being carried out where we have a plus b and c plus d, and their additions, the sums are multiplied. Thus we add ab and store it in R1, then we add cd, store it in R2, and then we are multiplying R1 and R2, and they are being stored at the memory address X. Same way we have the to address instruction. This is also a similar explanation for the general organization, the second example. In this we are using only two addresses, so we are storing a at R1 and then we are adding b to R1, then again we store c to R1, R2 and then we add d to R2. Finally, we're multiplying R1 and R2 and we store them back into R1. So we're updating the value of R1. Hence, in this one we are using only two addresses, but still this is the explanation of a general organization. For the one address instruction where we use a single accumulator register, we can see that we load A onto the accumulator and then we add B to the accumulator, and then we store the accumulator value in a temporary memory address. Finally, we are loading C onto the accumulator. We add D to the accumulator and update the value of accumulator. Finally, in order to do the multiplication, we are multiplying the temporary address location with the accumulator and updating the result into the accumulator. And since you can see throughout the process, we have used only the accumulator register and the temporary address. Since thus this is only a one address instruction, the example for the first type. Finally, we can look at the stack organization instruction, where we push A to the top of stack, we push B to the top of stack, and since we get across an operand, the operator of addition, we add A and B from the top of stack. Finally, we push C and D, then we add C and D. Finally, we have two results in the top of the stack, which both can be popped and multiplied, thus giving us the final result. And since we are not using any address, it just points to the top of the stack throughout the program, throughout the instruction. This is called a zero address instruction, and it is carried out without needing any instruction or address field. Thank you, and see you in the next video.